Welcome back, survivors. Today we're diving into the scariest, most chaotic mod to hit the block, Asylum Survive the Night. The mod is an absolute game changer with over 600 new zombies, 120 weapons and a full-blown horror overhaul. And who better to walk us through the madness than someone who has been there from the beginning? I'm joined by the legendary Twitch streamer DarkPhoenixx. DarkPhoenixx, thank you so much for joining me today. You had a unique experience playing the mod on an early test build. Now the mod is live. What's the biggest single difference you've noticed? Is it more forgiving, or is the Asylum just got a whole lot crazier?
It's got wild. So when we were testing it, there wasn't everything in it that's in it now. So there's more zombies, there is more crafting, there's a lot more changes in there. But it is easier because when we started testing it, the zombies were at full strength. And it was very chaotic and very wild. But now that it's more tiered, so you've got a good chance in the beginning. There are a few that I would avoid. But it has got a little bit easier from testing stage.
Cool. So the atmosphere of the mod is super oppressive. It generally feels like a horror game now compared to what 7 Days to Die core game is like. The pitch black nights and the new POIs have completely changed the way you approach exploration. When you first loaded into the full release, what was your initial wow moment? What single feature, was it the lightning, a specific sound, or a new location that immediately told you this wasn't just a standard overhaul?
So when we first started testing it, it was on eternal darkness, pretty much. It was dark, it was foggy, it was misty. There was none of the lightning and none of the ambience. So when we first loaded in and we had the daylight, although it is a bit misty and foggy, it was like, oh my god, you could see so much more. That was probably my favourite bit, and the lightning. If that lightning hits next to you, it goes with a crack. Because there are times when the lightning will come down and pretty much blow you up. The POIs are fantastic. And a little bit easier to find. Because I've spent, in testing, it took me 3 weeks to find the Asylum. And I found it on day 1 when I loaded in. So, but that's my favourite place to go.
Now let's talk about the survival. How has the mod impacted the survival experience? What is the biggest resource bottleneck you've run into in the first 7 days? Is it scrounging for medical supplies, or what's been your biggest struggle when you first loaded into the game?
So with the new game, with the new overhaul mod, it's so much different from the original 7 Days to Die. The original 7 Days to Die, you load in, you can potter about. The zombies are there, but they're not a massive challenge. Like, you can run around with your axe and be absolutely fine on the original 7 Days to Die game. On this game, you need to get in and you need to do your class and get your weapons. The zombies are tougher, there are more of them, and they are definitely more active. So, but on a survival game level, you could put a beginner in there and they would be okay. They would die a little bit to start off with, whereas in the 7 Days to Die normal game, it's a bit more forgiving. So, but it's a good all-rounder. I really do enjoy it.
Yeah, I remember playing the original game with you, and I was like chuffed that I got to like day 10 without dying. And then I played this mod and I died about 20 times in the first like hour of me playing. I was like, great, don't know what I'm doing.
The original 7 Days to Die, you can level up pretty quick. So you'll go from like running around headless chicken, and your Horde Night are a bit of a challenge, but they're not massively bad. I mean, we were playing on nightmare mode by the time we got up to level 70. So I start off on a basic difficulty and I strengthen it up as I'm getting a bit bored in the main game, because you level up so much, you can kill the zombies so quickly. On the mod, I start off on a basic, and it's like playing on I would say, the survival mode, like a level 3, level 4 difficulty on the main game from the minute you go in. So, and there are 5 extra tiers for the criminally insane, because there's no chance that I'll be doing it. I hope not anyway. There are 5 extra difficulties that you can go beyond the standard difficulties.
Damn, I bet you and Dream will attempt it on one of the streams. It'll be like a forfeit for you guys in one of like the
I'll
community's
do
made
it
you
as
do.
a channel point redemption because it is insane.
Yeah, so you've definitely seen the roster of, well, the beginning of the roster of all the demons and zombies that's out there. What so far has been your one highlight enemy that generally shocked you with its difficulty?
Satan. There is Satan in the game, and Satan is like, I've rounded bullets and explosives and everything into him, and he stood there looking at me like I was just tickling him. So that was difficult. It takes so long to kill Satan. So, but there are lots of I really love the fact that there are horror icons in there as well. So the Asylum is actually based on a real life American insane institution, mental hospital, however you want to pronounce it. I know it's not the PC way of doing it anymore, but it's what they were known as back in the day. So it was actually based on a real life building that they've took and redesigned and put into the game, and it is creepy as hell. It has some very creepy sound effects. So I walked in and I was like, what's that? Because of all the I won't spoil it, but there are some great sound effects in the insane asylum. So
Can't wait. So far, I've just literally walked around and got lost, which is the usual when I started the original game as well. I basically, for the viewers, I need guidance because I just walk off and kill things instead of trying to do missions.
I will take you with full guidance. But the POIs in early game, if you see a building that says DW and then the name after it, turn around and walk away until you're full of ammo and explosives because they are tough.
Right, yeah, definitely.
So hard.
Good to note down. So yeah, moving on to that one. So the mod has been huge for new arsenals and weapons. You've done runs of the original 7 Days to Die with just a melee weapon, just a certain, like a bow and arrow, whatever you guys were doing.
Only.
Yeah. So what have you chosen this time? Is it ranged? Is it melee? What can you use against these people and actually survive?
Anything that I can get my hands on at this point, because I have fist only run. I wouldn't even attempt it because they are strong. You'd get a few of them with a few lucky punches in, but you come across some of the bigger zombies, you've got no chance. I really like the starter knife, and one of the great things is the mastery. So as you're going along using your axe and all your different weapons, you also develop a mastery as well, which also increases your skills and your hit points and things. So the little tiny knife, the glowy knife that you get when you first start, is a great weapon once you start mastering it and leveling it up. They have some amazing guns and some really nice knives as well. You know how I like my machete knife. They've got some really good, impressive designs on the machete knives, which I really enjoy. So I think I've seen a few people trying to use the baseball bat and they are struggling. So I think whatever you can get your hands on, that works, that is powerful, go for it.
Well, I joined the game not even knowing about that knife, and you know me, I don't follow instructions, so I was just like, I'm just gonna craft something and try to go and kill things, and then I found the knife, and I was just there like, why have I wasted so much time? But
the knife is so good. I mean, I used it. I got to level 96 during testing, so I'm back down to base game at the moment because they've obviously new features, new everything. So we did a fresh wipe. I'm like level 2 at the moment because I haven't had much time to put into it. So, but when I was at like level 96, I was going through a lot of ammo. So I would keep your ammo, store it away for when you do need it. If you use your gun, you will attract other zombies and they come in packs. You don't just get one or two. You end up with a whole load of them around you. So they're very responsive zombies.
Sounds great. I literally, I am slightly terrified to play this game with you and Dream.
You should be.
Mostly because you and Dream do play it quite a bit, or you will be playing it quite a bit, and when I dip in, you'll be like 80 levels ahead of me, and I'm just like, I'm level 2 with my little knife.
When we used to do the old game, and I remember when you joined us and we were like level 76, and you zoomed through it so quick, and you were like, oh, fun, you little jollies. You can't do that now.
Great.
You'll get annihilated.
Well, that's why you guys will just have to protect me more this time.
Yes, definitely.
So the 7 days in vanilla is rough. Well, I find it rough. The Asylum is basically just like a Baptist of fire compared to it. What was the first Horde Night like? Did you survive? Was it harder than you expected, or?
So, comparing 7 Days to Die Horde Nights and the Asylum Horde Nights, the very first 7 Days to Die Horde Night, I can run around outside with just a knife and kill everyone and not die. On the Asylum first Horde Night, I must have died about 10 times, and I had a gun and I had a knife and I was running around outside and I tried to go inside the Horde base. They last longer as well. So the Horde Night in vanilla, I believe, lasts from 10 a.m. and I think it's round based, so it'll finish at like 2 a.m. Mm-hmm. This Horde Night runs from 10 p.m. till 4 or 5 a.m. So you've got quite a lot of waves coming in, and if the further you go, the harder it gets. There is some footage somewhere of one of my Horde Nights where I'm throwing bombs at them and they are just coming and coming and coming, and I think we've just been annihilated. But it's so much fun. There's so much that when Chucky's running around after you, and he's in the cute little gremlins. They've got a gremlin in there as well. And you think, oh, he's so sweet. No, he's not so sweet. He will kill you within an instant.
Yeah, I've seen the clip on TikTok of Dream being like, can we keep him? And you're like, seriously? No.
Yeah, he did try to keep him as a pet and then he killed me. So I was like, right, you are going. But there is a pet that you can have. So it's a new addition. This wasn't in the testing mode. There is a very cute little white wolf called Sally. And you can get meat and then they'll come and run around with you. So there is a cute little pet that you can get. And you can get it in early game as well.
Cool. I'll definitely try to get Sally on my team. Anything to help me out.
I don't know how much help there'll be, but they're cute.
The mod isn't afraid to be weird. We've got UFOs coming in later game, the sci-fi guns, and things that you just shouldn't exist really in a 7 Days to Die game, but it works amazingly well. Which just gives it that fantastic chaos that they wanted for the game. A lot of community is split on the more unconventional elements like the UFO and sci-fi weapons. But in your opinion, do these additions break the grounded survival feel for you, or do they completely fit the twisted Asylum world theme that they're going for in this mod?
So I'm not a sci-fi fan. I'm not a massive sci-fi fan at all, and I love it because it's a whole different twist on everything. So there are alien zombies. There is an underground chemistry lab testing station that actually has zombie bodies of alien looking things, but you have to look for it because it's hidden very well. So if you find that, you'll see a few different aspects that fit into the UFO theming. But no, I really enjoy it. Even though I'm not a massive sci-fi fan, I think that's the great thing about mods. They can be whatever you want them to be. It's not for everyone, but it's had a really good reception so far because you've got your classic horrors. You've got the car from Christine, for example, is one of the cars that you can fix up and drive. So there's a load of different aspects in it. So in the vanilla game, you see hundreds of cars everywhere, but you can't do anything with them. Mm-hmm. In the Asylum mod, you can craft repair kits to repair cars that you see laying on the road. So you'll see one that will say, for instance, Evo repairable. So you can then go and craft a repair kit and pick that Evo up from the side of the road. So that's a really good addition to the game. I haven't been in the UFO yet. I haven't seen it. I haven't got that far. But I'm excited for it because anybody who's played the original game will know how buggy the gyrocopter is, to the point it blew me and Dream out the sky and we lost everything. All of our can't think what they're called.
Did you lose your drones as well?
Drones, they're the ones. Yeah. I was like sitting there thinking, what's the word? Yeah, drones. So we lost our drones and everything, and they went straight through the map, so we couldn't find them again. But there's there's so many different vehicles. So the Evo is a really nice one of my dream cars, but you've got everything in there, even a forklift. I don't know if you've seen the photo of me and Dream going along on the forklift with him driving and me crouched at the back on hanging on. So there's a lot of fun, there's a lot of laughs, there's a lot of oh shit moments, and you're like, oh my god. And it brings a lot of difference. The farming in there, the farming's really good. You can plant your trees straight into the ground rather than having to have all the farm plot blocks. And there are your plants. You can dig a layer into the ground, just one layer, and then plant directly into the ground. But there's also composting, so you can still use the farm plots and put compost into them to bear more fruits and everything out of them. Also, the plants are, once you've harvested them, they grow again without you having to plant them again. Or you can wait and cut them out and remove them. So they've done a lot with the different aspects that are in there. So cooking, for instance. You've got a proper cooker now instead of a little campfire that looks out of place when you slap it on top of a kitchen side or whatever you want to put your cooking blocks on. So you've got full kitchen apparatus. You've got a butcher's table, a butcher's block. You've got animal traps that you lay out and then you can harvest. I think there is a deer, a boar, a fish, and a chicken. And every real life hour, it will spawn one of those, and then you can use them on the butcher's table to get chicken breasts and salmon. And there's a whole range of new craftable recipes that you can do. So it brings it more into real life almost. So the burgers and chips look phenomenal. If you ever go in there and have a look, they look so good. Just makes me hungry when I play this game because I'm like, oh my god, that looks nice, that looks nice. So there's all those different things. And if there's cocktails, there's a bar, so you can make your own cocktails. They have teleporting drinks that you can make, so you can teleport from one place to another. You have to set them. I think they have to have bedrolls between them. So you could lay your bedroll down at the Asylum, and if you've got the teleporter drink, you can then teleport back to your base.
Oh, that's good.
So, yeah, it's something that I think was needed in the 7 Days to Die game, in the main game, because you could be like 4K away from your base, get absolutely stuffed up with stuff, and then you're having to go 4K back to then go all the way back again. So it's nice that teleporting drink, you can literally go from one end to the other. And they also, while we're talking about storage, they have an auto sort box, so you can put it by your front door. It has to be within 20 blocks of your storage, but you just dump everything in, and as long as stuff are in the box, so if you're very anal about having everything in a different box, so you've got your meds in one box, your ammo in another,
which you
drop it all into the I mean, to be fair, I do have a box for everything.
I remember joining the original game first of all, and it was just, you just started off, we're like, oh yeah, everything just gets dumped wherever. I came back like a week later, and we had like a corridor of boxes being like, right, make sure it's in the right place.
It's everywhere. So, but yeah, this auto sort is great because you dump it into this little blue auto sort box, and it automatically puts it into the boxes, providing that the stuff is already there. So if you've got a fuel box, you dump fuel into the auto sort, and it will put it straight in. The other great thing is crafting. You can leave everything in boxes and go to your crafting tables, providing they're within, I think it's 15 blocks. You can craft straight from your crafting table without going and getting all of the stuff. So if you remember in the vanilla game, if you wanted to craft a iron block, for instance, you'd have to go and physically put the iron into it. and all the other bits and pieces you need, you don't have to do that. If you've got all the stuff in your storage boxes, you just go up to your workbench, which I think is great because there's a lot of things I never used to craft because I wouldn't look at them and go, oh, I'm going to craft that. Oh, have I got the stuff? Now I can go to the bench and it will say to me, you can craft X, Y, Z. And I can go, oh, I like the look of that. Let's craft it. I've got the stuff. So I think it's good for utilization in that way because you're not constantly having to look to see, okay, I need this to craft a car. If you've got the stuff, it tells you that it's there and you can craft it. So I do think that's
sounds a
really
lot
good addition.
easier.
It is, yeah, it is easier in a good way. They've got so they have Asylum forges and advanced chemistry stations that you could do more on. So with the forge, you have to put like there's a stone grinder in there, tongs, your crucible, your anvil, and the trying to think what else you need. Crucible, anvil, and I can't think what the other one was. But there's another thing that you normally have to have in your standard forge. Once you've got all that in, you can make so much stuff, and there's like different sets of ores and things now. Crafting has slightly changed. With iron blocks, you used to just have to have iron and clay. Now you need to have iron, clay, and another material. But you get all that from mining. So the resources are there. It comes up out the same veins as the ores and stuff like that. It's more advanced. It's better, in my opinion. Is what I think.
I feel like you just have to give me a tutorial when we're playing. I feel like
I will help you through.
I'm gonna be struggling
like, don't do
so
this,
much.
don't do that. Hey, go check out that tier 5 POI. See what's in there. They've had me on my arse a few times.
The mod is more than just a mod. It's basically a complete different overhaul. So performance is always a huge concern with these massive mods. Given the insane zombie count, how stable has the mod been for you? Is there a set and tweak you'd recommend for anyone worried about the FPS?
Me personally, I think it runs better than the main game. So the original 7 Days to Die, I would get to like 20 zombies and I'd start bugging out. To the point I even went and bought a new PC because I thought it was my PC. So I went and got a better PC just to run 7 Days to Die. It wasn't the PC, it's the game. So you'd get to a certain zombie count, especially if you were in a heavily built up area, for instance. If you were in one of the cities and you've got Horde Night going on, it would be stuttery and everything else. I don't have a problem with this mod. You can get 50 zombies coming at you and it doesn't break the game. So for me, it's an improvement. I don't know what other people run. If you've got an older computer with less RAM and CPU that can deal with it, you may have issues, but again, it's on a personal. I don't have issues, and I've got a 16 gigabyte PC. I think it runs it perfectly fine. I've not had any issues with lagging or any of the stuttering that I did get with the main game.
Yeah, because I tried to play the main game with you guys on my Mac, and because I'm a Mac user, and it was completely impossible. I loaded in, spent about half an hour just lagging down the road, and then gave up because it was pointless. At least with this, I'm walking around, I can kill things, and got slaughtered by Freddy Krueger because I didn't know where I was and all that. But at least I can play it. At least I can play it.
Yeah, this is what I've noticed. It runs smoother. I don't know if it's just me. Obviously, with you on Mac, you're finding it a bit easier. I know you had to take one of the shaders out for the rain. I think it was. Was it the rain effect?
Yeah.
But on a Windows PC, mine runs absolutely fine. I've had no issues with lagging or anything like that. So maybe they fixed it.
Yeah, and I think what's really good is that we obviously we talk to the creators of this mod as well. So if we do see anything that's lagging out or doesn't work, we can easily report to them, and they're very quickly on it to get stuff fixed and turned around.
They're very quick on it. So the game was released on Halloween, and there was a couple of issues with people were struggling with tree stumps. So when you'd cut down something, a tree stump would appear, but that was the regrowth. So, but people were getting sort of like, oh, is this supposed to happen? So they've very quickly turned out and released a patch note, which was yesterday, which removed the respawning of the trees and everything. I've had a quick play on it today, and there's no respawn on the trees or anything now, so you shouldn't have the stumps. And not that they bothered me anyway, because I knew that they were there for the regrowth of the trees.
Yeah.
So they're very quick on patch notes and updating things. If you're struggling, they're there for advice, and they will answer and stuff like that.
Yeah, I've noticed that. I've obviously been in the Discord with them, that if someone says something within a few hours, they're like, okay, we're working it out, we're sorting it, we've sorted this. I'm like, well, okay.
So I am a mod in the Discord to help with the gamers and the streamers and things like that. So people were asking about the Twitch integration. The Twitch integration works absolutely fine with it, unless you have a cyber wolf in your chat who likes to spawn thousands of bears and birds. Then it becomes horrific, but it does work.
I've ran out of channel points now. I've got to tune back. The problem is, your channel points are so addictive because I want to spend them as soon as I get them, but then I need to save them for like Horde nights. But
yeah, there is. I mean, there have definitely been some interesting moments with big, massive bears being spawned, and in the early days of the testing and things.
It's the vulture.
And it handled it absolutely fine.
It's the vulture's my secret weapon.
So, there is a little bit of an insider knowledge. Somebody is working on a custom Twitch integration. So you'll be able to spawn some of the custom zombies, but it's not available yet.
Cool.
It is in production.
That sounds class. And I'm sure you'll be testing it out, so I can spawn all the custom stuff on your stream.
Oh yes.
So.
Well, I haven't done any streams with the integration on for a while, so because I was getting used to the mechanics of the game. So I might throw in a Twitch integration stream at some point.
Well, I'm hoping I'll be able to join you on some of these streams because
I
don't want to be left behind on levels.
Well, the great thing, obviously, we play on a custom server. So the great thing is even if I play at 3 o'clock and you're at work, you can get home from work and log into the server, and that keeps you growing up with the same sort of levels. Yeah,
so I should be fine. And I can just jump on. Now it's on my Mac. I can just jump on my lunch break and work.
Yeah,
so.
Just potter and do some bits.
Yeah.
Just don't spawn in on a Horde night.
No, try not. I'll try not to. I'll just hide somewhere to dig myself a hole and hide.
Oh my god, they know where you are. They will come for you and annihilate you.
So the first week is near enough over. So the week anniversary is tomorrow. By the time we actually record, I don't know when this video is coming out. So when we're recording it, it was Thursday. So
it's Thursday.
What is your favourite first week chaos moment? Either if it's the biggest demon, the funniest moment between you and Dream, or just the most ridiculous, unexpected death. What has stood out as your one moment?
I mean, for me, was when I blew up the server. When I was trying to trick Dream, and I went into creative mode at the request of Bad Bunny, who is one of the devs. He was like, oh, it would be so funny on launch day to do this, so I'm testing it away, and I managed to spawn every single zombie in the whole game at max strength onto our server. And Bad Bunny was like, oh, just log out, it will be fine. So I'm like, okay, logged out, they were all still there, and I was like, okay, what do I do now? It's like, oh, just run away, when you come back they'll be gone. I ran away, I came back, and our base was surrounded by what looked like a 60-foot hole going around most of the base, and this was like 20 minutes before we went live with the launch stream. So I was like, shit, what do I do? What do I do? So he's like, okay, here's the build tools. So our base was like this because I tried building everything back up. So I can appreciate how much hard work goes into building it, because it was not laying flat for me. And then he was like, oh, now you can fly around in God mode. So I was in God mode on the launch, and I was just spawning like 25 of the biggest, baddest zombies in the game on Dream. And he's like, oh my God, the game is broke. So he's having coming onto him. I'm laughing because I know what I'm doing. Bad Bunny's messaging me and he's like, oh my God, I'm in stitches. So we're doing all these bits and pieces. But the game is so good. So we found the Asylum straight away this time. The graphics in the Asylum, it is custom built by Dwarf. So it's not something that was brought in and was just slapped in. He made that.
Wow.
And it's phenomenal. There are so many. There's the museums. So if you go into the museum, you can take the dire wolf, the cyclops, and the dragon head and use them in your base to put them around as decoration. And the the Wendigo. The Wendigo comes with its own custom audio. So it tells you a little story about the Wendigo and stuff like that. There's should be some clips about somewhere that you can see if you can have a look for. But the game is phenomenal. I've been testing it for just over 2 months, I think, maybe 3. I'm not bored of it yet. And I say I've put hours. I've done so many hours into this game, played it pre-release. I've been playing it after release, and you can just be walking down the street and out pops Chucky or a little tiny puppet doll, or you go into a building and what looks normal on top. I know that they have some bunkers and stuff in the original game as well, but it just feels so much more atmospheric. You don't know what's coming out of the bunkers. You find guns that just are dropped by zombies, which is something they don't have in the main game. So they've got a really nice gun with a dragon head on it and everything. It's beautiful. You find that quite early on, which is great because it's definitely well needed. But there's so many different custom weapons. It's a lot of the feedback that's coming back is people had fell out of love with the old game. They'd been bored. There wasn't anything for them to do. They pushed it to a side, and this mod has given them the passion back for the game because it's just so intricate. And this is their first mod that they've ever worked on as well. So for Bunny, he has never dev'd anything before. This is his first ever project. What started off as a cheap little project has turned into this masterpiece, and he's put so much time, effort, money into it, and he's done a phenomenal job. It's just so good. As you know yourself, you've seen it through the testing phases, and it's watching other people streaming it and playing it. And I was watching someone today who was streaming, and just the excitement in their voice when they were coming across like Sally the dog and things that they hadn't seen that haven't been in different mods. There's been a bit of comparison to Darkness Falls and Undead Nightmare, and I think if you compare every mod has something that matches with others, but this is an experience that I haven't really seen because it's UFO, it's sci-fi. There's custom built POIs. They're not POIs that you're going to find anywhere else. They've made these from scratch. I've had a sneak peek at 2 of the custom POIs that are going in on a future update. They look amazing. I'm so excited for them. One of them is a facility, and the other one is a nightclub. And
of course you like that one.
Oh, it's amazing. I was looking around and I was like, the detail that have gone into these POIs, it's something else. The furniture that's gone into them, you won't find anything like that in the base game. The base game is all pretty standard, falling down, tumbling down, dingy, old, falling to pieces. In this game, you've got Jen's Retreat. Trader Jen's had a bit of an update as well. If you're going to play, I'd put a little bit of a content warning on. She's very, how would we word it? Pin-up style.
Right. Adult warning added.
Yeah, just for Trader Jen, but she looks phenomenal. They've reskinned all the traders. There are signs as you walk around with Trader Wrecked jokes, like Trader Wrecked is so dumb, blah blah blah, those kind of things, and they make me chuckle every time I see them. But building wise, there's the Paradiso Hotel. It is amazing. You've got these beautiful opulent bedrooms, but you can see that it's been ravaged. They've got walls missing, and then you'll go downstairs and there's a big room. I'm not going to say what it is. There is a big room downstairs full of zombies, but you look around and you're like, oh my god. I say the museum is full of zombies, but you walk in and you feel like you're encapsulated into the room. So you're not just walking into a building that's the same as everything else. There's ambient sounds, there's different perspectives. I'm not going to ruin it for people and give out full examples. The asylum, for instance, you walk into the asylum and you feel like you're walking into an asylum, and a haunted one at that. So it's something I've not seen. I've seen, obviously, people have built things up, doing different bits and pieces, but it's on another level. You've got to go in and see and have a look. It's so good. It is definitely, for me, the mod of the year so far. It's probably the best mod that I've actually played. Nice. So I would, if you have 7 Days to Die and you're bored of 7 Days to Die, give this mod a go. Unfortunately, it's only PC players. Consoles can't play mods, which is a shame, but it's definitely worth it. And it's free. You're not losing anything. So I would definitely give it a go. It's so good.
So yeah, let's just try to wrap up a bit now then. So you have played the test build and now the full public release. And so let's wrap up with some more little bits of your wisdom for the survivors watching. Who is this mod really for? Is it for the beginners? Is it for the veterans? Is it for both? And what is your one tip for the first 24 hours?
I'd say, if you have never played 7 Days to Die, play 7 Days to Die, the base game, a little bit first to get used to the mechanics. But it would be safe. I say safe. You could play it as somebody who has less experience. You might just die a lot more. For those insane people that love to be tortured and have millions of zombies come and get you, those people that like the buzz and the thrill of the constant being attacked, perfect for them. So, as I said earlier on, there is your standard difficulty, which I think goes up to nightmare mode. There might be one after that. And then there's another 5. It's called Hellraiser. It's a thing that you can put your points into. And the first 3, I believe, increase the standard game's most difficult by 100 points. And then you get to tier 4 and 5, and they do it by 1,000 points each.
God.
Yeah, this is one thing I'm like, would I try it? Would I not try it? I'm on the fence.
I feel like you should do a challenge. I think you should do the challenge. One day on stream. So
I've done nightmare mode when I'd maxed everything out. I was like level 300 and done everything. Also, there's another thing to notice. They have an ascension, so your bog standard 7 Days to Die has 5 levels and everything. So you get 5 levels in Pack Mule, 5 levels in all the other bits that you put points in. The ascension gives you another 5 on top of that. So you've got a leveling system from 1 to 10 instead of 1 to 5 now, which is great. You've got the 91 backpack, so I tend to go for the backpack first and put it up. So my tips would be get your backpack and put your pack mule in and do that. Find a good safe base. If you see anything with the words DW in front of it, so DW Paradiso, turn around and walk the other way until you are heavily armed, unless you want to die within 3 seconds of setting foot into the building. So they are the POIs are stuffed to the brim with zombies. And we're not just talking your bog standard zombies, we're talking demolitions, we're talking demons, we're talking about the big guys that want to eat your face off the second you walk in, plus all the strippers and the businessmen if you go into a clubby one. So there are so many different aspects, but first things I would do your basic training, so get your axe and all the first tier of your leveling up, go to your trader, pick your class. I personally like the Gravedigger or the Tinkerer. Gravedigger gives you the mining stuff first. Tinkerer gives you the mechanicals, so you get a wrench, which is great for getting mechanical parts, stuff that you'll need later on. I haven't tried the Hunter, the Enforcer, the Medic, or the other one, the Gardener. I haven't tried those, so I can't offer an opinion on them yet, but I will try them in different playthroughs. Get your knife, get your base, set yourself a starter base. There are some really great POI Horde bases. There are two major ones that I love. There is one which is like a fort, and it looks like nothing up top, but when you go down underneath, there is so much room and space, and it's got all the spikes in place, it's got all the turrets and everything. And then you've got the other one, which is a proper Horde base, which is made with a tower. It's got fan traps and everything in it, blade traps before, so you haven't got to put them in, you just need to find a generator to power them. But they come at a cost. It took me and Dream 2 hours off stream to clear out the tower base, and it took us just over 2.5 hours to do the fort base.
Wow.
The amount of zombies inside, and the stronger zombies, are insane. You think you've cleared it, you go back, you die. So that would be my tips. Find somewhere, level up as quickly as you can, go looting, get your supply drops. You will get guns out of the little bags that the zombies drop, so you can get anything out of them. You're not just limited to the things. If you are doing mining, keep the cobalt. You need that for steel later on. Good tip. It doesn't come... you can get it, but it's not as regular as some of the others, but it is very much needed to do the steel blocks.
Perfect. Well, DarkPhoenixx, thank you so much for taking the time to share your expert insight on the Asylum mod. It was awesome hearing how the live build has evolved over between testing and the full release. If you want to watch DarkPhoenixx brave the horrors of this mod live, make sure you hit the Twitch link down in the description. If you want to do you want to give a brief when you normally stream and talk about you and Dream?
So on a Thursday evening at 8 p.m. UK time, we have a co-stream between myself and Dream. I host that on my Twitch channel, and every other Saturday or Sunday, the best thing to do is hit the follow button, turn the notifications on, check the schedule. I also do YouTube streaming at sporadic points during the week, doing little bits here and there. So, but mainly I stream on Twitch, and every Thursday, and this week, being the week of the 6th of November, I'm on Saturday, so the following week I'll be on Sunday, and vice versa. We change it, so yeah.
Yes, the biggest advice is drop you a follow and listen to the notifications when you get them through.
Keep an eye on the notifications or put on the check the schedule. But I am an exclusive 7 Days to Die streamer, and mainly I stream the Asylum mod and do videos on Asylum.
Myself and Dark are co-owners as well as other owners for a Discord community as well, which the link is in the description below. You're welcome to join the Discord and get talking to us, as well as the other members of the community. There's a lot of us that play the Asylum mod, so jump
the
in.
Asylum dev is also in there as well.
Yep, so come along and join if you want to find out any more information. But that's it, so thanks everyone for watching. Let us know in the comments what is the one zombie or weapon that has defined the first week of Asylum for you, if you've given it a go. And hit that like, subscribe for more modded madness, and we'll see you in the wastelands. Stay safe out there.